morning to all traders and welcome to today's market insights video provided to you by Orbex. Here it is the 27th of April today, Monday. We have a very interesting and busy week. We have the ECB and also the Fed interest rate decisions, GDP numbers as well coming through as well, and inflation numbers from different countries, so currencies, and probably as well as we all know, of course, the metals and energies are going to be highly volatile, in my opinion. Now, we've had the European Union saying pretty much that's going to prepare easing the lockdown measures. However, now we still need to consider the fact that the ECB is most likely predicted to start purchasing junk bonds as well, something that actually is expected by the markets as well, because the US Federal Reserve has already done so, but the ECB seems to be actually lagging quite a bit in terms of responses, to the coronavirus. Now, bonds as well, as we all know, are going to have an effect on the markets and on currencies, and it's really, I would say, curious to see how the bonds markets are going to react because of the risks of deflation now, and how gold is likely to react as well. And with that, because we know that gold is a hedge for inflation, when there is deflation, obviously gold is not going to be supported. That makes me think what's going to happen to the risk assets, which is the main ones that are going to be showing much interest when things start improving. Is they are, of course, the ones that pay the highest interest rates. Those are the emerging markets. For example, the USD against the Mexican peso. So I thought of actually taking on that one today, and I'm gonna as we go along, I'm gonna also check what's happening with the Canadian dollar against the yen. Because we've had the BOJ decision coming, of course, nothing overnight, nothing changed, but we also have some interesting Canadian data today. So I thought I would go back on the Canadian against the yen to also have a quick look what's going on there. So with the dollar against the Mexican peso, as you can see, I'm seeing this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move, and this is primary wave 3. Okay, now we're expecting primary wave 4 to end a little bit lower. We had the first move to the downside, which looks like a very nice impulsive move, and then we are looks like we ended wave B up to the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement between this of wave A, let's just say. And now I'm waiting to see wave C. Okay, and there's also going to be a 5-wave move to the downside, and is going to break the 2096 because it's previous wave A, right? I mean, ideally we'll go to 2283, but we'll also go lower to complete wave 4, right? And then from there, of course, we can start looking for prices to move up to take out primary wave 5. That is going to be the last wave of this move to the upside, and then we'll start looking for price to move way lower. Now, because this move looks corrective, right, especially this second part of this move, I believe we're in a wave B rather than in an impulse to the upside, because one would say that, okay, well, what about one ABC? We ended wave 4 down here, now we'll move up. It's very possible, but I don't think it is the case because of this correction, okay? Unless if, of course, we've got 1, 2, and then this is minor degree 1, 2, and then we are going up in very small substructures. But this would be, because there's so many substructures here, it looks very unlikely. Okay, so most likely we are in a B wave now, and we're going to start moving lower, unless if we see prices becoming a bit more complex, which means we might stay in this range anywhere between 25.78 and below that for quite a while. Now, the other part I wanted to look, as I said before, is the Canadian against the yen. I think we saw this a few weeks back, and we're talking about that opportunity of this pretty much ending down here. Okay, so this is an ending triangle, if I recall, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and we're looking at this being wave A of this last move to the downside that is going to complete the primary wave correction as well. And this is likely to be wave B and then wave C. So because of the corrective structure of this move, okay, we have multiple ABCs here. I do see this as a potential triangle. So most likely going to go ahead and take out the 77 or so level and a bit higher to complete wave B, and from there we're going to go down again impulsively in a 5-wave move, okay, as similarly as here, and complete this multi-year, I would say, ending triangle, and then start looking for prices to move higher. Now another scenario, of course, is that we ended this correction down here, and this is wave 1, and this is wave 2, okay, and then we have another wave 1 and another wave 2 here in the smaller degree, which seems to suggest that, of course, if that is the case, then we're going to break higher and we're going to break above this triangle move, and then we're going to start moving higher, okay, which means this would be a minor, okay, this is a minute, again, that would be 2, that would be 3, then 4 and 5, which would make that a 3 minor, 4 minor, 5 minor, and you obviously understand how this is going to move. So this will be all for the day. Don't forget, we've got a very, very big, interesting week for monetary policy and also GDP growth as well. So stay tuned, and I will speak to you again tomorrow.